Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So today we're continuing with my series of, horror movies for October. So excited to talk about this one. I actually haven't seen this one in a while, but it was recommended by a friend to actually do. And I was like, why not? I haven't watched this movie in a while. But today we're talking the movie with an evil wish-granting genie. And you know which one I'm talking about? I'm talking about Wishmaster.
Ready to play?
Don't make a wish. Wishmaster. Careful what you wish for.
My story with Wishmaster is me jumping the gun because, I first found out about this movie in my early 20s. And when I saw Wes Craven's name on it, I specifically wanted to watch this movie right away because anything horror-wise when it comes to Wes Craven, he usually never fails. This movie actually came out a year after Scream. I only later found out that actually he didn't actually write or direct the movie. He just produced it. And, well, although it's not amazing or incredible in my opinion, it still is a very fun movie to watch. Definitely B movie, but still it was enjoyable to me. Here's a little, premise for the movie if you haven't seen it. The movie follows this woman named Alexandria. Everyone calls her Alex in the movie. She works as an appraiser, and one day she gets this gemstone that's it looks kind of like a ruby or diamond. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was found in a statue, only later to find, not knowing that this gem actually has a trapped evil creature within it called a Djinn, which is pretty much a genie, but it's an evil creature. The Djinn grants wishes for people, but however, they're more like tricks. And he turns these wishes into people's darkest nightmares. And the one who awakens them actually gets 3 wishes, only not knowing that after the 3rd wish will release legions of Djinn onto the earth to enslave it. The plot in this movie does, I will say, falls kind of flat. It's the one downfall about this movie because specifically all that happens is, the Djinn is torturing Alexandria when he's granting wishes because he grants wishes to a bunch of different people, not just her, because it's how he gains more power. But she is the one who needs to make the wishes for him to enslave the earth and to release more Djinn onto the earth. And, other than that, it's basically the Djinn tormenting people and Alexandria trying to find a way to stop him. So the plot is kind of flat and basic, so pretty much B-movie it. But not to say, even though that's the case, this movie still isn't a lot of fun to watch. The practical effects used in this movie were pretty impressive in my opinion, especially the ones used on the Djinn, because, the Djinn looks like a demon, not like a genie at all. And it looked incredible. It's I'm all for practical effects still being used even now. This movie was made in 97, so of course CGI was still kind of, in its developing stages. But, I'm all for, practical effects even now in this day and age where CGI kind of dominates everything. But you only get certain directors who will take the time and put in part of the budget into, practical effects. So, all for with that part of the movie because they looked amazing. The other thing that was great about this movie is how the horror is shown. This movie is specifically dark fantasy. It's more of that than actually horror, but the type of horror this movie shows is specifically body horror. And the body horror is so well done. Even David Cronenberg would be proud of this movie. I notice how I said Cronenberg because he's the master of body horror. But there are people's faces getting warped, people's guts exploding out, people's skin being peeled off. And with great practical effects, body horror can be pretty incredible if the practical effects are done right. So, and they did it pretty well in this movie and I'm all up for a good body horror film whenever I'm in the mood for it. All seriousness aside, if you're into this type of dark fantasy, body horror movie, this is definitely one, if you're in the mood for it, it's definitely one to watch late at night with your friends, or if you're just in the mood for a body horror movie, it's good to watch. There are sequels too as well, but the sequels are garbage compared to this one. This is the only good one in my opinion, and it's also the only one that Wes Craven was a producer to. But I mean, Wishmaster is definitely one I'd recommend to watch this Halloween.